Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Songs of Conquest, where today we're beginning our second song. And I do want to say, I don't feel like in the end, I said some things about how I think it's a bad idea to lead with your most boring human faction, and that fantasy games seem to do this all the time. I'm really pleased with the place this campaign ended up. I still think it walks you into the systems a little bit slow, but overall I think it was pretty good. Overall, I think it's better at pacing that tutorial and getting you to some interesting stuff than a lot of games in this genre do. But I'm really excited to get to our second faction here. Freed from the slave mines of Baria, Rasc of South Creek Flats and a small band of Rana flee and fight their way to the deep marsh and home. But the dangers in the marsh are many, and Rasc must awaken the might of Rana to end the threat from the humans once and for all. From ashes we rise. Yeah, this is more exciting. Check that out. Enslaved are the Rana, enslaved are we all. The humans are many, they're big and we're small. Rhyming couplets, huh? Listen, y'all can see it. The important thing is the Rana do roar. I think we're gonna go on worthy here. This seems to be a pretty good difficulty. We might bump it up after a mission or two if it seems like I've sort of got it under control on worthy, but that has not been my feeling so far. It's been a little scary. So we have a better grasp of sort of the economic elements of the game. I think I'm starting to get a grasp on the importance of essence and controlling the essence that the opponent has access to and stuff. I am wondering if there are any other big systemic bits that I need to come to terms with. Rasc of South Creek Flats had been a slave of the Barians since he was taken from the marsh as a youngling. Day after day, he and the other spawnlings toiled in the mines. He had accepted his fate, and the fate of Rana, for it all seemed hopeless. That was, until today. Well, Frogling, today is your lucky day. I, Captain Xavier Silkspool, have freed you and your fellows. Your chains are broken, and no longer will you work in the mines of House Rosewater. By my hand and my contract, freedom is yours. Freedom? Thank you, friend of Rana. Friend of Rasc. I am friend to no one. I have but my honor and a contract, and this contract would have me free you. Come, Frogling, today we are allies, and I would see you safely away. But how can we leave? We can't make our way across this desert and home to the marsh. Well, I've used my talents as a wielder and activated this portal. Just step through and it will take you far from here, to your beloved swamp, and these weapons will help you evade recapture. Sort of a tacked-on clause there at the end. Oh, the marsh provides. We owe our lives to you, Captain Silkspool. But with these weapons and your aid, we should free the other slaves in the mine. Oh, too late. The alarm has been raised, and Aleo will come for you. Run home, little Rana. There is no profit in the world for you. Leading his mercenaries through the fires, the gallant wielder Captain Silkspool left Rasc and his spawnmates to escape through the activated portal. Rasc must not die. I've been told not to go this way, but there's gold and stuff over there. Oh no, okay. It won't even let me. It won't let me do the thing that Rasc wants to do, but that he has been told not to do. Fine, fair enough. The energy of the activated portal pushed Rasc and his small band of spawnmates through, and they arrived on the outskirts of their beloved marsh. After quickly claiming a nearby lookout tower, Rasc and his loyal friend Cheekum gathered close. Rasc, what should we do? We'll escape north. The old Rana would say to keep Ravagers Peak on our right by day and follow the Water Lily Star by night. Soon we will know true freedom. Slaves no more. Okay, let's take a real quick look here just at our well, I was trying to look at our troops up closer. I guess that's not really a way to do that. So we have these hunters. They seem like pretty basic. They have creation and destruction as their essences, which is interesting. We don't really know a huge amount about the destruction spell, do we? Or destruction spells. Yeah, we saw a little bit of aggression. Sabotage seems extremely rad. Ice Bolt is a bunch of damage plus slow. And Fireball's a nice big explosion. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. We got the watchtower already, so... Up ahead, some Barian merchants were forcing Rana into cages and preparing them for transport. One of the caged Rana spotted Rasc and his small band of refugees and cried out a warning. Yeah, don't you worry, friend. We have some spears or whatever, and we're going to solve this problem. You there, get in line with the others, and we'll be on our way to the mines of Tempest Dunes. Come on, hurry up and no one gets hurt. Except for the slavery stuff, which obviously is going to hurt a lot in the long term, but... We aren't slaves. Captain Silkspool, friend of Rana, freed us. Silkspool? That's quite the story. Look, we know you're runaway slaves and must be both hungry and lost. House Bellicus will welcome you with open arms. Come peacefully and we'll give you extra rations for a week. No, never again. Free the younglings from these transport cages and we will be on our way. Oh, that fool Silkspool has armed them. It'll be the 12th Moon Massacre all over again, and no profits for us. Froglings, we have no quarrel with you. You are free to pass. Rasc couldn't tear his eyes from the frightened younglings in the cages. His heart beat loudly in his ears. His body grew hot with rage. Suddenly, he heard a voice inside his head. Awaken! Rasc felt the pain and rage flow to him from his spawn mates. He felt essence. Oh, that's an interesting way of explaining essence as like the emotional energy, especially like the emotional energy that bounces back and forth like in a crowd or in an organization. That's actually really fascinating. We aren't leaving without the younglings. Free them, now. You dare challenge us, Swamp Spawn? Be thankful we don't clasp iron on your tiny wrists. Oh, we'll never wear iron again. Rana, death to the slavers! Free the younglings! Yeah, let's do it. Let's fuck these guys up. I don't know, just like a little bit more forward. Seems good to me. There's only like a handful of them. We really don't know this faction's units all that well. We know they have guns sometimes. What is your deal? Okay, just 60 health. 60 health is your deal. Well, I don't feel super inclined to move forward, frankly. Are y'all ranged? No, you can make stakes. And they don't have a wielder, so waiting is actually like massively to our benefit because we'll get spells and they won't. Oh, taking up the high ground, very strategical. What if we just... Because this is not... Yeah, this is not traversable. Unfortunately, 90 damage won't actually kill this thing. I probably wouldn't be able to get 90 damage out of it anyway, but like we could just back up and do... Yeah, I'm going to try this. We're going to try like... You run to here... You run to here. And we go... Here's some fungi for you. Do I want to... I don't know which one of these spaces I think he's more likely to step on. I guess this one, because he'll want to get at the one with 17 health. Or the one with 17 guys in it, obviously. Okay, smart enough to walk around the traps, but... Still pretty good. So I'll go on a limb here and assume... Okay, we have 4 movement. I guess I may as well just do this. Gosh, we really don't do a lot of damage. Those mines are pretty effective, though. I'll say that. It sucks to let them attack first, but it's really cool to get to kill a bunch of them before they attack with a single remaining unit. Rasc and his spawn mates joined the chained-up Rana, who quickly released the chained-up Rana, who quickly joined his ranks. Rasc, what happened? We could all feel your power and rage pour into our bodies and strengthen us. we could see you wield magic. Something within me snapped and broke, like the chains around our necks. Perhaps I am a wielder. Maybe I always was. The marsh adapts. Well, I've never heard of a Rana wielder in our time, Rasc. What should we do now? Well, we must free as many Rana as we can and escape into the marsh. Yeah, obviously. Give me. Give me all. I mean, we could roll all of them up into a single body. But actually, if we split this just about in half... Am I pulling... Yeah, close. Yeah, okay. One body in a slot creates just as much essence as the maximum stack size. So that's actually really interesting. Not something I had thought about very much on the previous in the previous game. Yeah, absolutely more hunters. Absolutely. Let's give you like... Yeah, a couple more, and then also feed you. There we go. Get some vision around here. Rasc and Cheekum join the other escaped slaves to fill their water skins from the pond and drink their fill. Cheekum, what is it? Well, I'd forgotten what the marsh smells like. In the mines, I would dream about home, imagining my village and the pond where I spawned, but every year I'd lose a little more of that memory. I will never go back to the mines, my friend. Never. We'll run and run deep into the marsh, where the Barians will never find us. Okay, there's a large pile of wood over there, which I reckon we're probably going to need at some point, although I don't see anywhere to build a settlement yet. Also an abandoned cart. Yeah, I guess let's head this way. We'll pick up the supplies. Yeah, so I do like that there are multiple reasons not to just run your units like packed as tightly and efficiently as possible into the slots. You know, like we were trying to use more slots of fewer units to baffle enemy casting last time, and it didn't really have a chance to work, but it would have worked. Well, that's the desert, but there might be resources over there. We'll just take a peek. As the road led into the deserts of Baria, Rasc's companions grew fearful and slowed their steps. For the Rana, nothing good had ever come from the desert. Yeah, that makes sense. But what about all this experience? I mean, it does let me go back into the desert. We're pretty close to the edge of the map. I just want to see. And we can see that there's no like lootables or anything down here. All right, I'll turn around. I'm just being difficult. Hit this milestone again. And let's make some friends. Actually, let's run down here and get some combat buffs and then make some friends. Which way should we go, Rasc? I am not sure. The trail keeps taking us south and away from Ravager's Peak. And there's trouble ahead. Can you hear it? I can hear the yips of the Dreeth, and if I remember correctly, that is the call of a Ravager. Well, we can't turn back. We must find our courage and face the beasts. Well, if I die today, at least I have seen the marsh once more, and fought alongside a Rana wielder. We're stronger together, Cheekum. Nothing will keep us from our home. Okay, so we have a little bit of bonus melee offense right now. I think I would like to pick up a point of command, just since we're like at our limit right now, even though that doesn't necessarily yield any benefit for the next upcoming combat. So south is away from the place. There's a lean-to here. Yeah, we want to free the caged prisoners at the very least. What have we here? More Rana for target practice. Run back to your bog. Our trade is done for the day. Leave our marsh now, Barian, or we'll feed your body to the bog. And then they don't take us seriously. Who would have thought? See, in a case like this, I wonder if it does make sense to compress, because, like, the gun is going to be a problem. How do I want to do this? I guess, like, the thing we can do is stand back for one turn, because he's going to get to shoot no matter what. But we don't have to put ourselves in a position where he can hit us with deadly range. And I assume he will just run forward, fire a weaker shot, and then we will get to run at him after that. Do I want to try to... I mean, let's see if we can get him. Alright, decided it was worth it. And let's go. Oof. I do wish our damage was a little bit more impressive. Okay, are you reloading? Yes, okay. Gunpowder. You know how it is. So... what do I think this guy's gonna do? I suppose is a good question. Alright. Insect Swarm can peel one of you. I don't know. I'm just gonna pressure him, I think. Okay, the answer is he is not going to move at all. Well, I definitely want to focus on you. Oh yeah, two tile melee range, no retaliations. Problematic. 60 damage feels like, yeah, it's gonna close things. And that's a cool looking spell on top of it. We did lose a lot of troops there. Fool, what have you done? Well, I've freed you from the Barian oppressors. The Rana are slaves no more. Come with us into the marsh. Ugh, we have no choice. They will send a mighty wielder after all of us, and the humans always win. Our days are numbered. Life returns to the marsh. We always have a choice, and now we have a Rana wielder like the legends. Rasc will lead us to safety. The marsh provides. Well, it will take more than one wielder to free the Rana. We'll gather in the marsh until we are a force so great that the desert will tremble from our steps. Oh, I've never seen a Rana wielder before. I will come with you, but if you wish to succeed, persuade more of our spawnlings to join us. Yes, thank you. That was my plan. Also, we leveled up. Well, I don't think we need command right away. Not another point. So let's hit combat training. Yep, welcome aboard, y'all. What's going on in this lean-to? Okay, that is the answer I was looking for. Unfortunately, that was all of my money. But let's redistribute these a little bit. Yeah. Good enough. So, I mean, there's not really anywhere to go except south now. South and around and up toward this stuff. How hard is it to defeat a bevy of Dreaths? I mean, it's not that hard. There is money beyond them. Yeah, alright. Let's do it. Keep everybody close together. And now, obviously, it would be ideal. Maybe I should have split them into 4, honestly. Because it would be ideal to get to those big chaos spells as quickly as possible so that we're not wasting troops' lives. I am actually going to withdraw into the corner as best I can here for exactly that reason. Yeah. See, this is tricky because, like, they actually have a lot of room to path around a trap here. I guess we can do like this. Alright, yeah, that's pretty not ideal. Alright, I think we can just wait here, and the question is, like, do I want to do mines again? If I do them, I'm gonna hold on to the essence. I should have just held before. This troop will retaliate first. That's handy. That seems like a really nice ability, actually. Alright, well... yeah, that's... so you only take damage from enemies that have already been weakened. That seems really powerful. I mean, do I want to just attack here? I guess it doesn't really matter. I may as well just finish this guy off now while it's free to do so. Right, because that retaliation first was going to happen no matter what. And then now we have this. We can soften you up considerably. And then... yeah, the Dreeth are tough. That is not a great unit to have to take on entirely with melee. They don't have a ton of HP, so obviously if we had some archers or something. But their numbers are pretty significant. Alright, a little bit of bonus essence for a battle. A dead commander who might have some gear or something. Let's redistribute a little bit. Alright, it'll have to do. So yeah, it looks like having gone into the desert, unlikely to yield very much. Yeah, +5 defense on each of our troops. Like at the stat levels we're at right now, this is a really significant improvement. And you know, we will make gold. There will be gold eventually. I will absolutely take hunters over gold, though, in a heartbeat. Okay. A gaggle of ravagers. Scary birds, basically. Well, let's have at them, or in a second, let's have at them. Huge bird-like beasts with piercing beaks and sharp talons, ravagers filled the clearing. These were the most feared creatures of the marsh, and they stood between Rasc's band of refugees and the safety of the marsh. Rasc, I don't want to be food for the ravagers. Oh, don't be afraid, Cheekum. If we don't defeat these beasts and they eat us, well, at least they are of the marsh, and we won't die as slaves in a mine in far-off Baria. We'll die free. Life returns to the marsh. Life returns to the marsh. He seems convinced. I don't know. All right, let's stay back here. I am not going to use the mines. We're going to just bank essence. How fast are y'all? Pretty fast, actually. Oh, and they're chargers, too. Okay, so actually, we probably want to step up We probably want to receive them, like, just at the edge of their ability to move in on us. Oops, that's not what I meant. To end your turn and have the other one move up here. Alright. I don't know if the AI is smart enough to do the, like, move my unit more steps than I absolutely had to thing. But we're going to hope they're not. So that Phoenix spell is 7 and 7, which means we're actually over the destruction necessary, and I just need one more turn. It's always strictly horizontal, right? So I guess we could take one turn coming around here to attack like this. And then we could do the Phoenix spell. Wow, these guys, do they really have that much health? It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Maybe the Phoenix spell isn't even the right move. What else are we close to destruction-wise? So, like, we're right on the edge of a sabotage. Ice Bolt isn't too far in the future. And is there a way to view... I guess not. What I'd really like to do is view what these spells look like when they tier up. Because, you know, some spells like gain additional targets, targeting ability. Some spells just become more potent. I guess I'm still going to do it because, like, it's good for there to be one fewer enemy. Alright, yeah, we'll try to pin him in place here. No benefit statistically for flanking as far as I'm aware, but still, it, you know, zone of controls, it just feels like the right thing to do. Did I say zone of controls instead of zones of control? Whatever. Alright. Some of the ravagers were killed, some ran off, but a few retreated, and Rasc ordered his troops back. There was something about these creatures that resonated within him. He slowly approached the lead ravager. Rasc, what are you doing? These are creatures of the marsh, same as us. Something within them calls out to me. Oh, this is madness. They'll kill you. No, they will join me. All right, he's starting to believe. To the amazement of his followers, Rasc reached out a hand, palm up, toward the ravagers as he'd seen the Barians do with horses. The biggest one bent her neck toward Rasc, and he swiftly climbed on top, mounting the ravager as a rider. Okay, that's cool. Rasc the first rider. Their essence is the same as ours. We're all creatures of the marsh. We can tame them, protect them, and they'll do the same for us. I can feel them. Rasc, in the legends of old, the Rana rode ravagers to war. There's another legend my granny would tell us. Something about the rider is come. We'll save Granny Sawtooth's tales until later. We should hurry and ride deeper into the marsh. The Barians will be in pursuit. Okay, yeah, hell yeah. Welcome aboard, friends. Destruction ×2. Actually, yeah, super, super welcome. Also, bonus destruction essence. I would love that. That sounds wonderful. Part of me kind of wants to go back to the lean-to, but we're still pretty short on gold. Let's just push forward. Some Rana families had built farms here, hoping that trade and gifts of food would help keep them free from the slavers' shackles. We saw you. We see you. Riding a ravager. The legend speaks of a day like this. Well, I don't know our legends. I've been in the Barian mine since I was very young. I'm Rasc, spawned in South Creek Flats. Rasc, the first rider. We shall follow you. Our farms are yours, and we will fight if you can arm us. All Rana are welcome, but we must hurry east. I've heard tales of Barya's vengeance, and we can't defeat them yet. Okay, yeah, let's compress a little bit. Deals additional damage for 2 rounds based on the strength of its attack. That's a little... I wish that was less ambiguously worded. Like, it should actually just show us what the formula is, right? But at the very least, it should use wording that makes it clear whether it's talking about damage or melee offense. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of Arcana. The spells related to Arcana, I think, are... Yeah, this is stuff that we were seeing toward the end. 30 damage within target hex and the surrounding hexes up to a distance of 2. Pretty cool. Repel to move other people, dimensional door to move ourselves. And we're gaining access to things like Rupture, which does do 60 damage at tier 1. It's pretty beefy. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting set of essences. Let's get these fungus farms online. A little bit of money each round is certainly welcome. Yeah, as are all of you. Well, we can get a couple more shamans with that. Yeah, this is really nice. Try to balance these stacks again. Obviously, at this point, I'm feeling like we need another point of command. All right. Defense down, but that's fine. Presumably, we're gonna be settling at some point. The Glimmerweave might end up being really important. Hard to say. A bunch of musketeers and pikes. And what was that? Rasc, the Rana drums warn of danger. A large force of Burians has entered the marsh. Well, we must lead the Rana deep into the marsh. We're not ready for a whole battalion of Burians. We'll follow you, First Rider. Yeah, I know. That's the situation that we worked out already. I feel like there's a lot of repetition in the dialogue in this game. All right, these guys are easy, and there's loot over here, so let's start with this. Hand over your valuables, and you may live. Humans are all the same. No respect for life, only profit. Well, this seems resolvable. So, deadly range is fairly short. Let's try starting up here. Actually, y'all might even want to be further back, since they have that that desire to charge and everything. All right, the humans can't really get very close to us. These are poachers. They are not the standard archer unit. Interesting. I don't really know what I want to do about that. I guess let's press forward, but once again, like make them move or not be able to shoot at us. Okay, well that guy ran into optimal range, so let's reward him. Oh, my kingdom for just a little bit of extra movement. I really miss having bonus movement spells. Alright. I guess I should have started a little further back. But we're starting to get the really good spells available here. I guess this guy's gonna die anyway. Or he's gonna get... It was likely that we would clear the stack, but not guaranteed, so let's make it guaranteed, is what I was trying to express there. No reason to suffer retaliation damage if we don't have to. Alright, and we're getting a sense of the capabilities of their units. Okay, I don't get to see that yet. Ah, here come the Barians. That's why we have all those watchtowers along the road. We should probably take out the bandit hideout, right? Okay, but it's gonna be like this. Well, that's probably fine. I think I want to give you a little bit of run-up room. Hopefully the reward from doing this is sufficient. Okay, so you get your turn, and you get your turn before the shamans. So we do probably want to just plant ourselves in front of them. Stop them from being able to move in. Okay, almost. Do I want to throw up some melee offense? No, these guys are lightweight enough that our damage spells are still going to be really effective. Yeah, that obviously was terrible play on his part. Wow, even with the charge. Yeah, jeez. Alright, well this guy's not going to have to reload. So we better put somebody on him. I don't see any reason to attack that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. What is the initiative differential here? 21 versus 20? Okay, so if we insect swarm the archer, our cavalry unit gets to him first. I think that's important. And then, yeah, blow up the enemy unit's defense until end of round. There we go. That is a real shame. I can't do anything useful. But you sure can. I'm surprised that it was only 3 to 5 of them. Like, you would think with his defense screwed up by magic and also the charging bonus that would have been a little bit more impressive. They don't really even have that much HP. You know, I didn't actually look at the damage dealt by these things, but oh, that's right. It's just because we have a very small number of them, isn't it? That stack is only like 2 or 3. Yeah, that'll do it. Honestly, I think we're gonna upgrade command. I'm not gonna start using it immediately, I don't think. I guess I could split the shamans. Maybe. Splitting the shamans will get us extra arcana. Kind of want the creation and the destruction. I'm wondering about maybe... no, do not disband this troop. I'm wondering about maybe splitting the hunters. Yeah, alright. We'll just have to be cautious, is all. But the extra essence will probably be worth it. And we know there's a bunch of loot waiting for us up here. Also, 500 XP, which at this level is actually very impressive. Four offense versus 6 offense for both hands. Yeah, I'd much rather be using the shield, I think. Well, maybe that's not right. You know, I do love to just stack offense through the roof. Are those skeletons up there? Alright, we should be able to handle this pretty easily. I am inclined to start the casters a little bit further up. I hope I haven't done anything terribly foolish here. Alright, we'll just kind of like fan out and create a situation where we can defend reasonably. Now see, this is a place where the explosive fungi is definitely more compelling because we can pretty well guarantee that they will step through some of it. So I would have to step 2 tiles closer to get you in range. Yeah, we can't guarantee range on anybody. Thing is, this doesn't actually get him in range, and if we get here, we're putting ourselves into attack range for him. Actually, I don't. Can we get attack? I don't think we can get it. We can get attack range, but we can move forward such that our deadly range, such that they will move into our deadly range. Yeah, I don't think we could get attack range without exposing ourselves to them. All right. Good start, I think. I do not love that all of our melee troops are before all of our ranged. Oh, you know, all of our infantry. I mean, because obviously there's a different way that I would prefer to do this. I mean, if I get him for 2, yeah, we'll just go for it. Taking 2 of them off the table is certainly meaningful. Wish I had just a little bit more movement, you know? Because we're not actually going to be able to get everybody in on either of these units. But I can do this and at least make it impossible for this guy to make any forward progress. Alright, you just stand there, and do we want to... I can do better than 5 damage. If we were going to do something just to do damage. Yeah, we're already seeing the limitations of these damage spells. Until we can tier up our caster, right? A few ravagers were still standing after the battle, and Rasc approached them with outstretched hands, palms up. He soothed them and led them back to his troops. Hell yeah. Pretty soon we'll have enough of those that they'll actually matter. Red Reed Flats. A small settlement of Rana had been able to survive here on the fringes of the marsh. As Rasc and his band approached, an old hunter came out to greet them. Are you the ones causing all the ruckus? We had managed to have a peaceful life here. They took your broodlings as slaves. What kind of a life is that? Well, a bad one, but a life still. The marsh adapts. Oh, it is time for Rana to live in the marsh without fear. The marsh provides. The marsh provides a Rana wielder, just like in the legends. A wielder? Oh, I never believed I'd meet a Rana wielder. And never before did I dare to dream of a life without fear. Wow, that turnaround was real fast. Red Reed Flats will support you and follow you. The marsh gives life. Okay, cool. Got ourselves a little bit of ability to build. This is already capped out. So we have a fungus farm and a shaman tent. We would need celestial ore to upgrade that, or to upgrade this. Can we see... There's no way to see the building menu without clicking on a building site, right? So we would have to destroy an existing building. I think that's right. Well, for the moment, maybe I don't want to mess with it. Yeah, it's probably fine. We need the money, we need the troops. Speaking of... Not doing super great on just raw troop values. Okay. I am curious about that specific artifact over there. What are we looking at in terms of skeletons? Just a Thunder of Oathbound. As I remember, these things are not particularly fast in terms of movement speed. Tiles moved. So we probably can do some magic stuff with them. Animated human skeletons stood, their feet mired in the bog and blocking the path. As Rasc and his followers drew close, the skeletons closed ranks and advanced on the Rana. You know how they are, bound to oath, etc. Oh, disgusting. These are undead humans. They pollute our marsh. We should destroy them. Life returns to the marsh. There is no place for the undead here. We don't really need to have a conversation about killing the undead, I don't feel like. I think we're all on board for that one. That's pretty straightforward. So I would love to get to use this high ground a little bit. And yeah, it does. They do approach mighty slow. Let's... I mean, be prepared to fall back. But for right now, I'm going to try to form up around strategic high ground for the caster. Out of curiosity... If I back up one space, I won't be able to hit them. So yeah, never mind. I guess we're going like all the way in. Getting deadly range and... Alright, it's going to be 4 to 5 no matter how I do it. I guess we want to focus. Okay, didn't quite lose one body there. All right, so we've accumulated now as much mana as much essence as we are going to. These things have 15 health each. So this will kill 4 in a hex. This is almost as good, but it does the other, the other half of the effect. Whatever we hit with it is going to end up behind the casters in turn order. So I think... Yeah, I think let's do that. I don't really want to be standing in position to give him high ground attacks. I'm just going to push you back in the turn order as well, even though it hardly does any damage. And let's maybe just put something up here. I'm trying to protect the Ravager as much as possible. Oof, rolled real low there. How much HP do you have? 8? I can't quite just outright kill you. These things have 15 each. So explosive fungi will always take down 2 of them. I think I'm going to do this because there's only one of them left, right? So who cares? Like, his retaliation is going to be a joke. I can move 2 tiles still. Alright, 6 to 8. That's about as good as that's getting. Alright, we're losing Ravagers, but we're gaining other things, presumably. We're gaining, control over a settlement. We can hire more Ravagers. We have Ravagers at home. Do I even want to throw you in here? I guess, let's hit him with the sabotage. Doesn't change the number killed, sadly. Yeah, I guess let's do it. Okay, so this guy's a total non-threat now, and may as well move you up here. Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the loss of everybody right at this moment, because it is very non-trivial to replace stuff. That was a lot. That was a lot. It felt like a lot. For the first 2 rounds of battle, Cunning gives all your troops cool shit or command or tier 2 destruction magic. I feel like it's got to be tier 2 destruction magic. So does this stuff tier up once you have... I'm assuming it tiers up once you have tier 2 of both of its types. But this allows you to double up on aggression, double up on one troop or spread it out. This is really nice. Yeah, okay. Spells feel important. I'm going to really... I think I'm going to focus pretty hard on spell casting improvements. Bone Scimitar is a good offhand. Much higher damage than this thing. I think, honestly, though, like, our troops have such low defense. Having a 5 defense shield is, like, multiplying their defense by 4. Even so, killing enemies is very good. I'm vacillating on this one rapidly here. And as it became clear that the Roots and their dragon allies wouldn't submit without a war, the Empress sent for her legions and her wielders. Murkoth, her sword, was the first to arrive. Yeah, she seems like bad news. Alright, they're entering the bog any moment now. Pretty scary, actually. Can't even get more money without Celestial Ore, which is a shame. Alright, full stack. Yeah, let's go find some cash. So Archway Portal seems potentially important. There's a fallen beacon of power down there. Let's see what's this way, though. Got a big mushroom. Got some more of those really big Baryons. You know what? I'm going to double back here. Perhaps that's unwise. Perhaps we don't have time for such things. I could see that argument. There's a lot of reasons to think that might be true. Remnants of large bones and ancient weapons littered the ground near a strange structure. It seemed a battle had taken place here a long time ago. Rasc, look at the size of this bone. Can you imagine the beast it belonged to? Another creature of the marsh, wiped out by humans. Why do they hate us? I don't know, Cheekum. Who can understand humans? It's a fair point. I've never been good at it myself. Okay, wolves. Wolves are just creatures of the marsh, I'm sure. Yep, they're catching us with the real quickness here. I wonder if they're able to move through the troops on the map. So it feels like I might get murdered here, right? Okay, wolves are fast. Pretty guileless, it would seem. I don't really want to run forward with the 12. Ooh, they ignore zones of control. That sucks. I guess moving the 12 around here, I think, makes some sense. Yeah, we're not going to be able to actually control them very effectively. We may as well just clear a stack. I do so hate the injured dog noise. I don't know why. Like I can hear a human unit, like a a person get splatted in combat and have them hear them yell, and it doesn't really like. But there's something about the injured dog noise that really just pricks up the hair on the back of my neck. It's like, oh, that's an unforgivable act of violence. Alright, what have we here? Some boots. Bunch of money. And 3 offense. And also a bunch of things. I'm not sure where those things came from, but cool. Good to have them. So I would definitely want to upgrade, I guess, the shamans. Because the melee troop upgrade is too expensive. But yeah, so now we're just like in a race to see if we can get back there and actually recruit some upgraded shamans before we get got. And the answer is no. If you're allowed to move through the Barbarian guards, then no, we cannot. Let's find out. Okay, you have to go around them. That's silly. I appreciate it. We'll hit this Aurelian milestone. This archway portal, I assume, will just be like, yeah, XP. Okay. Please upgrade. And also upgrade. So what's the difference? Okay, we have an Inspire. 2 to 4 damage, 13 offense. Alright, so yeah, pretty significant damage boost actually, like a 30% damage boost. Ranged offense of 13 versus ranged offense of 6. Yeah, the difference is it's pretty significant. Do I want to... How many do we have in the slot? We have quite a few actually. Let me fold these warriors up. And we'll grab another slot of these dudes. Plus, they do look extremely rad. Alright, I feel like we are merely overwhelmed now by them. That's something. We are meant to run, though, and we will. Let me just buy the rest of these. Hit my bubbling pot, buy the rest of these, and then get the hell out of here. Thank you, settlement. You did some good work for us. A large company of Barian mercenaries, led by a huge Harima warrior, stood guard at the only way into the deeper marsh. That's quite the following you have there, swamp spawn. Haven't you heard the stories of what we do when you gather like this? Well, I've heard those stories all my life, but this is a new story. Ha! The mouth on this one. We'll put you back in your place like all the others. Okay, I'm digging all of the cool new fantasy concepts here. Not slavery, obviously that's a concept that we're all real familiar with, but you know what I mean. All the cool stuff, the new stuff. So you are a Harima. You are just gonna run over here and hit us with extreme hitting. Alright, there's some gun troops, some Dreeth. Okay, so you're also gonna run forward before the casters have a turn. I think we could just run forward here. I'm going to get pasted pretty bad, though. I don't know that I want to start combat with my 28 stack. It's tricky, though, because the Harima are going to get to go before this stack moves again. I guess I'm just going to put you right in front of... Just use our zones of control here. So I can't run you into combat anyway. Yeah, we're not doing tier 1 explosive fungi, so let's just park here. Wow. That is some pretty significant damage. Also, I don't actually know what the timing is for the poison damage going off. Do they take poison damage at the beginning of their turn? Doesn't actually say. The tooltips in this game could use a little bit of love. So if we go up to... This is going to actually have you just barely in deadly range. I don't know if the poison will stack or, you know, it may be the case that we're not getting any benefit out of re-poisoning the same unit. Does the poison... It doesn't say that it affects initiative, but look at how fucked your initiative is. I think it must. Okay. We actually get to Breath of the Phoenix in a way that actually deals damage to 3 different bodies for the first time. And I can't pass it up. It's too efficient. And then, yeah, go for it. Right, you gotta remember you're gonna underperform against Dreeth generally because you're going to take damage before you hit them. We have 5 movement from the inspiration, so will I lose the extra movement? Like, yeah, okay, I don't actually get to move 5. Let's go ahead and paste y'all. That guy's reloading his gun. Well, the shamans are phenomenal. They are doing really, really wonderful work. I'm a little afraid. It looks like we're about to succeed at this map, and that makes me think I'm going to have to quickly grab the volume controls again, because it's going to reset the volume before it starts singing at us. Rasc led the Rana, old and young, deeper into the embrace of the marsh. He was leading them home to South Creek Flats. Having escaped the mines of Rosewater, Rasc and Cheekham led the Rana deeper into the marsh, hoping that the Barian House of Rosewater wouldn't pursue them further. I'm a little disappointed that it's these guys again.
Out of a portal stepped the youngling, hard and mad. He will bring doom to all of us, for now he's just so sad.
Oh.
North into the swamp, to the refuge he had sought. But he found some greedy merchants just inspecting what they bought. Enraged by all of this, his essence it was pure. His rage was all of him, their sickness is the cure. He'll fight forevermore, and all he will endure. For Rasc the rider, he's death, of that you can be sure.
You know, I felt sometimes like they were not bringing their A game during the last campaign. The beginning of this song was... that was rough. Okay, well... we were never really in danger there. That's probably a pretty easy map no matter how you slice it. I'm definitely considering turning the difficulty up. I don't know. I'll think about it. For right now, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return, we'll be heading deeper into the marsh and finding out more of the secrets of the Rana and what else we can expect to wield in the battles ahead. And we'll see you then.